Welcome back to the Watchtower Film Podcast, the film review podcast on the Towercast Network. By Cinephiles, for Cinephiles. We are back, ladies and gentlemen, with our Christmas picks.
I love
being
Merry
so
Christmas.
festive. Somebody told me the other day that this looks like a sweater. Like, it's so centered at my body that it looks like a sweater,
perfect.
apparently.
I like things that are centered at your body. Speaking of things that are centered
at the body.
on your view.
This is centered at the cinematic body. We're here with our next pick, curated by the lovely Mr. DeLaw over here.
I am he.
Yes, you are.
Hey, is that camera rolling?
Which one? I don't know. You're the one that rolled them.
I think I rolled that one.
I don't see no.
Sorry, Austin. While he checks.
I think he means his.
Yeah, they're all rolling.
All right.
Yeah.
Even mine? Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I was cooking with gas, boys.
I am he.
And I am the.
I am it.
Me.
You're it.
Introducing my fellow co-host, Mr. Jean-Eric Castro.
How you ladies doing?
That's the same face. I'm telling
That's why.
Some fall for it, some don't. 70% of the time, it works all the time.
you. Mr. Michael Law offering a cinematography
Yeah,
perspective.
there we go. A little bit smoother. A little bit
Quip
smoother.
for quo. Or what does Giamatti say?
Pro quo.
Quip pro quo. This is all carpe diem.
Nope.
No, what does he
Definitely
say?
not.
It's like
He
Italian or
says
something.
entre nous.
This is all on you.
Definitely not.
Oh.
Mr. Austin T. Young.
Hey.
Yeah, with a new monitor.
It's not a. It's the same one.
Yeah, but they didn't see it before.
Yep, no one saw it. Also a new angle because we have to get around
It
the
is,
monitor.
yeah. We had to get around the monitor.
Tell us what you guys
He's
think.
like old 2000s rap videos.
True.
Just
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you know when
The
they would
Beastie
rap.
Boys just punching the camera.
Aw, look, he put the monitor above
Sabotage.
it. He
He
sabotaged
sabotaged the fucking.
Oh, man.
Well, he's making sure we're looking to sound good on the 1 and 2s back
Nice.
there, and we appreciate him for it.
Heck yeah.
He saw Santa Claus, which made him happy
When?
in the film.
Oh,
I
thought
mean, he was drunk and in a bowling alley. but
Yeah, he was.
Speaking of people that aren't here right now, I saw Ricky earlier today.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
How's he doing?
How's he doing?
He was taking his kids for photos with Santa.
Oh,
Our conversation last time, he
Nice.
really embraces all that. I gave him some, what is it, polar bear cake pops.
But where did he take him? Like a type of Sears thing? Or like
At the mall, they have like the Santa there.
Oh, really?
But it was funny
Damn, it's been
because
a minute.
he said like, nah, they gotta wait in line. So I just came to go chill with you at Starbucks. So he like
I left him
abandoned-
there with Santa.
Yeah, he's like, oh, what's he gonna do? Move? You know? No, he's
Something
Santa,
happens,
so.
just scream.
Just scream, yeah.
Yeah.
We're missing our fellow pal Ricky Rodriguez at the moment.
Rick Rad,
He's
man.
having fun with Santa. I don't know. It's just cool.
And our humble, festive
This guy right here with the perfect
film
hairline.
servant,
Look at this guy,
Thank you,
bro.
Mayor.
Every
Carlos
single episode, perfect hair.
Macadamian de la Torre.
Macadamian. I'm Carlos
Machiavellian.
de la Torre, your fellow humble,
You should come out with
festive film servant.
Festivus for
You
the
should
rest
come out
of
with
us.
like a hair gel, bro.
A hair gel?
Once you
Yeah.
make it, bro.
I'm going to call it Johnny Bravo.
You should call it like Cinephile Musk.
Or like those deodorants are like cinephile in the woods. You know, like just
sweaty cinephile.
Oh, bro.
much like
Hire
this, the character in
somebody
this
to
film.
make that
no,
quote
just call it Criterion.
Oh yeah. Hey, where did you get that one recently?
No, it was Eric that called you that.
Eric
Carterion?
called me Criterion or called something Criterion. I was like, there it is.
Oh man, I thought Casablanca was gonna be the top one, and Carterion's pretty good.
Carterion's not bad.
It's pretty close,
Yeah.
pretty
I
hard.
kind of dig it.
You're my little Carterion closet.
Oh, that actually.
You want to come to my
works.
Criterion
It
closet? We're back, ladies and gentlemen. We're here to talk about Alexander Payne's 2023 Oscar contender, Christmas film, The Holdovers.
Oscar winning
Oscar winning. Absolutely. It won for Best Supporting Actress and for...
best
he-
supporting actress.
Yeah, he didn't win. He won the Globe, right? But he didn't win the Oscar.
Yes, because and we'll get more into it, but
But
The
first of all,
yeah,
like, subscribe, and comment.
yeah.
Tell us what you think about this movie. If you like it as a Christmas movie.
I've talked to a
overall.
lot of people who haven't seen this movie, much like Meet Me in St. Louis. Yeah.
My argument was going to be it's fairly new, but Meet Me in St. Louis isn't, and nobody's seen it. So.
Yeah, no, but
Oh, you're missing out.
check it out. We'd always love to hear your opinions. Obviously, we're going to give our ratings in a little bit, but I mean,
Give us
we
your ratings.
always are open to your opinions and your ratings. So
Absolutely. Please let us know.
Chime in.
Nice.
Starring the great Paul Giamatti.
Yes.
Paul Dano.
One of my
Reunited
favorites.
with Alexander Payne after their last film, which was also an incredible picture.
Which one?
Sideways.
Sideways.
That was his last one together?
And there he is.
Sideways. But we also have the lovely
Go back.
Dominic Sessa and divine Joy Randolph, who won the Oscar for this film.
Oh, yeah.
I loved
did
her
it.
speech when she won it. I remember her going up and saying, you know, I'm not supposed to be here. Like, I always thought that this was for people who weren't me. And she said that she got into acting always believing that she could make it there one day, but it was never going to be her turn. And then when she got up there, she got super emotional, and I thought it was an amazing speech. But
It was
People
great.
have won Oscars before.
Definitely
Huh?
something to look up to.
Yeah.
all right, calm down.
In fact, historically, women, there's an incident on with Gone with the Wind with Hattie McDaniel. She
I
made
think we
history.
talked about it on this
She made
podcast.
history with attending literally, man, this is a full circle moment. Attending a ceremony she legally couldn't attend because
Damn.
of segregation, and she won an Oscar for Gone with the Wind, and she couldn't attend her own ceremony, but she did anyway.
That's how you break the barriers.
Wow.
Hell
Yeah, and you know, paving the way for somebody like Divine Joy Randolph. Incredible film. This film was a special one, and it's not that new. I mean, this is something we just saw. You might have heard us talk about it for 20 odd minutes on the Oscars episode last year. And
If you
yeah,
haven't, go
excited
watch
to
that
chat
episode.
about it as a Christmas film and what it might mean. Mr. The Law, you chose this film.
Yep.
This is very much in your wheelhouse.
That guy right there.
Oh, yeah.
That guy right there.
You want to tell us why?
Sure.
Yeah. Just a lot of sassy black women in this.
I'm still debating, man. Why?
Why what? You know what was sad is
'Cause, yeah.
the previous episode was us being like, God, you just have a bummer attitude towards Christmas. And then it's like, now
Yeah.
wait for my pick.
a
the
bummer
Holder.
attitude towards Christmas.
Yeah, Paul Giamatti.
And we
just-
found out why. It's okay, but you still want to hug.
it's okay.
When you saw the Santa,
You know,
kind of.
this one became an instant classic for me.
It really did.
Just because it's so, I mean, like you guys say, in my wheelhouse. Like visually, I love it, but also there's a texture to it that's really, really pretty. And I mean, the kind of pull back the curtain. It wasn't shot on film, but they used a lot of heavy film grain simulations. What? Yeah, you know, they didn't do it in camera. It was all digital in post.
Yeah, you see how that
Probably
works?
cheaper.
Sometimes
see
it
how that
works better
works?
like that. Sometimes it's, you know.
Sometimes post is the most. No, but like
Emulation.
I just like the
Emulsion.
fact that out of all the Christmas films that you normally see, I love the ones that are very in tune with the holidays, but I also love ones that have this kind of alternate perspective because where all these characters are celebrating Christmas, they all come from very broken backgrounds.
Yeah.
And what's kind of interesting, at least to me, is in a magical realism kind of way, they all get their wish kind of coming true, whether they wanted it or not.
Okay.
At the very end, they all get something.
Life pushes them through the door.
Yeah,
in a way.
and I love that where it's kind of like it's
good.
the magic of like Christmas granting their wish, but it's not in
What they asked.
in an overly magical way, you know?
Yeah, for
It's in
sure.
a very grounded way. And
Absolutely.
I appreciated that because I feel like with the holidays, it's one of those things that what I believe in is that the best can come out from like the worst situation. And I just love how it's
Absolutely.
almost like bringing in the new year with like, there's a renewal of everybody. And I don't know. To me, it works as a Christmas film. It's exactly the way I want to like end the year and then start the next season of my
Sure.
life. So I really like it.
Well,
Like
there's
I-
a lot to say there. I mean, they're each of their arcs. You're right. I mean, she was grieving the loss of her son and ultimately got to a place of, I don't want to say closure, but
no, but she's celebrating a new
passing
life.
A new
you know?
life, yeah.
And then with Paul Giamatti, like he's such an interesting character to look into, but he was very much stuck in this way. He never felt like he could go beyond this, and by getting fired, it's the thing that's pushing him to the next chapter of his life. This kid who was destined to just
Troublemaker.
get kicked out of that school, he's getting another chance. And he also got to like see his father, but maybe that was the closure he needed. Like everybody got what they needed. Even if they didn't know they needed it, or even if they didn't want it, you know. And I don't know. I just find something so heartwarming about the film, even though it does have like a very bummer note for most.
It's very wholesome for it to maintain an edge in its language, in its jokes, in its harsh reality of depiction of life and grief, and not moving on. Because I think that's the theme of this film: not moving on.
Yeah.
Until you're forced to move on. But I think that though it has an edge, it's very wholesome. Very, very wholesome film. And it definitely makes you feel great by the end of it.
I can kind of see why you guys, why Delo picked this one. I'm kind of on the other side. It's like, do you really want to be seeing this type of movie in Christmas?
I do, but I mean,
if you can make it to the end, yeah.
Yeah,
and I don't mean that in a bad way.
I love the
mean
film.
that in
It's
like
just-
the people that you're talking about, like people who come from these backgrounds and watch it, and they're like naturally might get depressed even more.
That's what I'm saying.
If they can make
That's where
it
I'm
to
coming
the
from. Because I
end.
love the movie, but it's just
I also think that like,
It's a little rough.
No, it's
for people going through that.
Yeah.
I'll say this. I feel like for a lot of people that are, let's say, going through any of these situations, going through a broken family or going through like, the loss of somebody close to them, or even going through the disillusionment of like a career and the life ahead of them. This is something that like watching a very wholesome, just like Santa pops out and saves the day kind of film might not give you the closure you need to start up a new year.
Oh, you know what? I'm with you, right? Maybe it hits people in the right time when they see this movie. Maybe they're going through something, and then maybe they see this.
And if you think about
very
it
true.
even more,
Yeah.
Santa in snow globe form kind of does save the day.
Yeah, it's this weird thing that ends up being the catalyst.
Yeah, yeah.
And Christmas being the catalyst for all of them to go through these major changes. And I don't know, I feel like every time I get to the end of the year, like I think of Christmas and I think of like celebrating with family and the joy of all that, but I'm also very grounded and reflective of like, well, now I saw what the past year was. What am I looking forward towards the new year? Because there's this there's an awkward gap. It's like the 25th of December and then it builds up to the 31st. And you're just in kind of this gray period where you're just preparing for the new year, but like Christmas is already over. So now it's like, now you have to think about the next year ahead.
And it does happen, yes.
And I love that this one, if it's my closer film, like we celebrated Christmas, we had the hot chocolate, go see the lights and everything. And then this is kind of like let's look at the perspective of what's going to come and maybe let this be kind of like a kickstart that start the new year right.
Nice.
Do a big change. Like I love the whole idea of like with him, it's called a monograph, right? Mm-hmm. A shorter version of a book. I love the whole idea that with him, he always believed that he could write this monograph. And at the very end of it all, like by Divine Joy giving him the little book and saying like, hey, it's time for you to go and write it. It's like,
it's almost the perfect time.
Maybe it is. Maybe
Not
it's
just
time
that,
to just go on and
he can't fill the pages if he doesn't live more life outside of this place.
Oh yeah, because
that's why it'll turn from a monograph to a book.
Yeah,
right?
because he was always like basically living within the same walls, the same school he went to. He just never lived
since he was 15.
Yeah. So I mean, it's cool to see that, something like as one door closes, another one opens, and I don't know. That's what I felt with this whole film. It's just like seeing a door close but a new one open, and being very reflective of I think everybody's life when it comes to like years coming to an end but a new one's beginning.
Yeah. And if you haven't seen Harold and Maude, that's why I say it's very much in the Lowell's wheelhouse. That's his favorite film.
Very
of all
true.
time. And this is very much just how Ashby inspired, type
absolutely.
of indie darling. Let's get into ratings. Mr. Lau, you can pick whoever you want, however you want. Austin, can you confirm one thing for me because it's driving me nuts? Is Gillian Vigman, the kid's mom, is she the Pam girl from Step Brothers?
Yeah.
It is, right?
It looks like it. Yeah.
It is.
And who's the dad? I've seen the dad. Is that from Home Alone or something?
Andrew Garman. Oh, no.
No,
Not that. The real dad. The stepdad?
The stepdad.
Yeah, that was him.
No, the stepdad.
No, that's the main dad.
Tate.
That's the real
down.
dad.
The one
Oh,
under him.
the
The one under him.
stepdad.
That guy.
I thought you said the real
Where
dad.
I've seen him from? Okay, no.
Argo and Shooter.
Okay, no, yeah, definitely.
Manchester, brother.
He was the voice of Hercules? Oh, Manchester by the Sea. He was
No
the voice
way.
of Hercules.
I've seen this guy. Yeah, he's
That
known.
motherfucker. He can sing.
Was it the
Dude
voice of?
can sing. I love that.
I don't think I've seen.
You've never seen Hercules?
Yeah, the animated one with that weird goat pig thing.
Dude,
It's pretty sweet.
it's amazing.
It's my friend's Librato, his favorite movie.
It's in your wheelhouse,
Period.
dude. If you
Good.
see it,
good for Librato.
Yeah. Shout out to he doesn't watch.
Ratings.
I would like you to go first.
Why me?
You never go first.
Oh, you know.
I want to start a new.
new
I need tradition now. As a Christmas film too, we're doing that whole thing. Or that whole shebang. Would I show this to a typical Christmas loving?
Would you give this to your like nephew who's
maybe?
That's where I was
18?
coming from, but I
College.
changed my mind.
You
a little
really?
bit.
Yeah, I wouldn't give
Yeah,
this to
like
a kid.
he's 13.
He's figuring life out.
Yeah, he's 13. He's
Not
like, I don't want to watch
13.
the
Nah.
Polar Express anymore.
Not 13. No, absolutely not.
Yeah,
This
like
is like a 17-year-old's film.
I'm
This is
tired of the Polar
This
Express.
is
Show me something new.
This is, you know how where you're at that spot where you're like, I'm just going to college, just figure
Yeah,
it
maybe
out.
come
But, like,
going to
the-
college, 18, 19.
Is this movie the equivalent of like it's New Year's? Fine, take a sip of my beer. Like like
Yeah.
one of those. Is it one of those?
Sure,
Sure.
That's a
But,
good way. Yeah.
Sit down, have a cigar.
but I
like-
think this is that thing of like,
ever tried bourbon, kid?
yeah. I mean, it's more distinguished for sure, but I think it's when my nephew comes to me and says like, I don't know, like I'm just like dating this girl and I don't really know how to feel about it, and like also like school kind of sucks. I don't even know if that's what I want to do with my life. Sit down on Christmas Eve with me, kid. Pop open a bottle of whiskey and we'll screen this film. Sure.
Get drunk off Jim
But
Beam.
not till then. Anything then, they're either A, not going to understand it and think it's boring and not give it another chance when they're in another stage of life.
I agree.
B,
Is
they're
it
not
for
going to
the-
think it's a Christmas film.
Is it for the kid who thinks like, man, Christmas is horse shit. Like I don't even know why I'm here. And then it's like, you know what? Sit down. We're gonna watch Paul Giamatti.
No.
Those teenage hormones.
You, that kid, you show them Polar Express because that's what the film's about.
Where are you, Christmas?
I don't know, but anyways, as a Christmas film, I wouldn't put this up there. I don't think that's I think this is a good indie film, a great indie film. I don't know that I'd put it as a great Christmas film.
That's where I'm coming from.
I understand the kind of the utility of like this bridge film. I kind of think it's perfectly curated in our month right before we see When Harry Met Sally.
Ooh.
I think it's kind of great where it
No,
sits.
this comes out first.
And then Die
That's
Hard.
why.
This comes out before Die Hard.
Oh,
Die Hard's our
still,
bridge film.
It comes before,
Yeah.
When Harry
Shooting
Met Sally.
people and then Harry.
and then Harry.
Dirty
They should
Harry.
have called. What did they
Where-
say?
when-
Knocked up. They should have called her Harry. That's
Wow.
Should have called her hair.
I wanna see Dirty Harry Met Sally, you know?
yeah.
Think again, kid.
It's like the Kevin Smith
Come on,
thing.
hot shot.
What was it in Zack and Mary Make a Porno? Is it, like Glenn Ross?
More like Glenn Gary's.
Sucks.
Rod's
Rod's
say-
eager dick or whatever. What does he say?
Excuse me if I'm out of line,
great.
but
Are you a gay porn star? Guilty.
guilty?
More
More of a reimagining.
As a Christmas film, I think I'd set
Is it low?
No, not low.
No,
I'd give it a decent score even for a Christmas film because aptly play it as a Christmas film. It's good for the holidays. It's wholesome.
Play
It
it
feels
with
good.
your
Play it
alcoholic
after
uncle.
a
I'm just
Christmas
gonna say
story.
this, never look up gay porn line from.
Dude, it's the best. They should do
Zack
like a
and
little
Mary Make a
sequel
Porno.
with that character only. How he got into it.
Let's call this an 8 for Christmas.
Okay. Yeah, because I
Solid,
mean,
solid,
it's
solid.
all around Christmas.
Soft 8.
Flaps at 8.
Guilty.
Guilty as charged.
Guilty charged. For cinema, I like these films, man. These films are where I rode my bones.
Less women.
As a cinephile, as a
women.
filmmaker,
Carlos writing
my eager bone
of cinema.
in his eager mouth.
Bobby Long.
Yeah, this indie space is where I rode my bones. I'd
Yeah,
put this
yeah.
in the same category of like, Juno or
Yeah. Guilty as charged.
the fuck is this?
That's the movie they're playing in the gym.
Oh God.
What Jim?
The second Mary. Anyway, no.
Oh,
Yeah, my
that's
bad.
the music they
Yeah,
play?
yeah.
Yeah, this is this.
Listen up, Monrovers.
Thank you. In fucking movies?
Fucking
movies.
Movies.
That's what I feel like. Not the gay porn star part, but I feel like that's what Castro is gonna sound like when people bump into him in like 2 years.
I'm an actor. Anything I've seen you in,
Yes. Fucking
it's
movie.
all male cast.
No women. Less women.
Yeah. Do you like what is it?
Exclusively no women.
Do you like pussy? Then you're not my demographic.
then you're not.
And drop the hair.
I sure do.
Yeah, there we go. But wait, play that part
Like a
again.
sequel?
Is it like a?
It's a reimagining.
Thank you. Thank you. Fucking movies?
Fucking
Movies. Pretty much.
Look at you. What? Anything I've seen? What movies?
Oh, all sorts of movies with all male casts.
All male casts.
male
like Glenn Gary, Glenn Ross, like that?
more like.
Like Glenn and Gary Sutcross's meaty cock and drop their hairy nuts in his eager mouth.
Dude, he does this character so well.
Is that like a sequel?
Sort of. It's a reimagining.
Reimagining.
Oh, like The Wiz.
More erotic. And with less women. No women, to be exact.
I'm sorry.
I apologize in advance if I am out of line here, but are you in gay porn?
Guilty as charged.
Are you fucking with me?
I thought you recognized me at first, that's why.
Oh, okay, I get it.
You're not my demographic, so I'm not insulted.
Not really. Who's your demographic?
You do love pussy?
I do.
Then not you.
Okay.
All right.
Great.
Cut that part. Yeah,
Cut
Alright,
this or cut it. It's up to you.
yeah.
Back.
Yeah, come on.
Guilty as
Yeah,
charged.
Indie Darlings, Juno-esque thing. It also this film gets a higher score because it restored my faith in Alexander Payne, and rightfully so, man. He got so panned by critics for his last film that he didn't make a movie for 6 years. Okay,
Damn.
he made Downsizing, you know, and then
Really?
and then
People
made
criticize him
Dick.
for that?
Rightfully so.
Dude, it sucked.
Yeah, it was
You
bad.
think so?
I don't think it sucked.
liked
I
it.
went back to revisit it, and I do think it has something to say.
How many cocktails did you have?
You know what? To me, I feel like I'm gonna have a Walter Mitty effect on that one because I remember watching it and I felt like it had a lot of merit at the time. Like I felt like
It was a great concept, and I think that's what happens. I think we all went in thinking, "Oh, this is a great just go watch a movie with your family,
Right.
comedy, cool concept.
That's
you
how I
get
went.
shrunk
Yeah.
down." And it's not that. It's a political film.
yeah.
It's a political film, and I think when it gets to the political part, that pissed me off on the first screening. It's like, fuck off. This was supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
And it
was like
tried
an
to make a
expectation thing,
statement.
yeah.
And then once
'Cause
I
even the way
revisit
it
it's
ends-
setting it up for it. The whole film, it's setting it up. So it does pay off. I think it pays
Because even
off.
the way it
Yeah.
ends, right, where it's just that kind of ambiguous. It's raining and it's like, okay, got to keep going, and then
into the tunnel, I guess. I don't know. I think Downsizing might have something to say. However, I was kind of like, I don't know how to feel about this dude. I've never seen Nebraska. That's supposed to be his great film.
Whoa, he did Hung?
He did do Hung, the
That
TV series.
I
yeah.
love that series. I
Did
love
an
that.
episode, but
John Eric Castro gets.
No, it's exactly what it sounds like, but
puts
it's a really good TV series. It's a dad with 2 kids, and
puts his sack in Delal's
he's trying to
eager
make money
mouth.
for his kids, and he just happens to have a
Hey,
huge.
Costa, feel this.
Guilty as charged.
Yeah,
Guilty.
but I think
Listen, up with
it restored my faith in Alexander Payne so much that I went back. I only rewatched Downsizing because he came out on the podcast the year it came out and said that he paid an homage to Cantinflas.
Sweet.
This dude has some connection to Mexican heritage. I think his dad's Mexican or something.
Hey,
And if you see a picture of him, he's a white-haired
look,
white dude.
He did Inside Out 3.
That's not a film.
Yeah, it is. Look, go down. Go down. No, keep going down. It's an old work.
oh, I thought,
Inside Out 3.
That's more like you put it inside out of Castro's hairy nutsack.
guilty as charged.
But it restored my faith in Alexander Payne. I went back because of the Cantinflas thing, and I thought that was cool. I was like, all right, I'm gonna rewatch this, and I was pleasantly surprised by Downsizing. And I said, I'm gonna go backwards, and I saw Sideways, and I'm like, I'll never question this dude again. Sideways was fucking great. Sideways is such a great film, and he lives and thrives. And I think maybe that was part of the problem. He lives and thrives in these indie spaces. If you make him grow, like Downsizing was a big picture.
Yeah,
Matt Damon's the
exactly.
lead, fucking big budget. Maybe that was the problem. Maybe that was the problem. But,
Do you think after this one
But
you-
if you give him this space, hold over, a set drama with a small cast, and
Yeah, one location, one town.
I think he thrives.
6
I mean,
years
because
of-
Sideways is the same thing. It's a wine town, and it's two dudes running around before some dude has to get married. Like, it's a great film.
That's right up my alley. Yeah.
So
Alley.
that being said, I think I'll give the Holdovers because it restored my faith in Payne. I'll give it an 8.9.
Okay.
I don't quite think it deserves the 9. I think something like Sideways deserves a 9, but I'll give it an 8.9.
Nice. Castro?
Me? For a Christmas film, I was gonna go kind of low, but
You can be brutal with it. I don't
no,
mind.
I was gonna go kind of low, but it's true what you said. And maybe it'll hit some people that are going through something and they see this film and it's just a game changer, especially during the holidays.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'll probably go an 8.2.
8.2.
8.2.
That's not bad.
Yeah, 8.2.
For Christmas.
For Christmas. As a total movie, what did you give it? An 8.9?
8.9.
8.9.
I mean, Paul Giamatti can do no wrong.
Absolutely.
This trio of cast was amazing. I mean, just the diversity and then how they got that chemistry going was nice, beautiful.
Great chemistry amongst the cast. For sure.
I have to align it with Christmas. I'll probably give it an 8.5.
8.5. Okay.
8.5.
Yeah, just it's a good story. The emotions are there. I mean, some of them I could relate to.
Yeah.
I'll talk a little bit about the acting because the acting's pretty
Impressive.
impressive and you
All
could-
around.
all around. Yeah, everybody. What else can I say? I mean, it was shot pretty well. I don't know if the cinematography was a standout. It was nice. It was nice.
Emulated a time it wanted to. I think it did really well at that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not too well versed on that, but it was nice. So I'll give it an 8.5.
8.5.
Nice. Austin. Guilty as charged.
As a Santa Claus movie,
Okay.
it's a 1.
Oh, no. Way
Well, at least
more
that's
Santa
not
Claus.
Nah.
As a commercial for the champagne of beers, it's a 10.
Hell yeah.
As a snow movie,
How did you do
as Carlos's throw, that's a 1.
As a snow movie had so
No,
much.
It's like the Paul Giamatti throw and then he throws the football.
As a snow movie, it's a 10.
Uh,
As a commercial for Jim Beam, it's a 12.
Oh yeah.
12.
Yeah.
Your penis cancer in a human form.
I always
else?
wanted to use that line on somebody.
For a film about a sassy black woman, it's a 10.
Absolutely.
She was awesome.
My
dude.
black ass.
Can we keep that in?
Yeah. Come on, clip that.
Yeah, he's editing it. I mean, he'll be like, I'm going to emphasize that.
Look,
Puts the graphic on the screen.
he was at the
No, it's
echo.
I was thinking about the Cards Against Humanity card.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, the Trump card of like,
No, what?
Trump card.
yeah, meaning like it like trumps everything else. It's a
Oh,
word.
Sure.
I understood.
My black ass.
The
My black ass.
insta win
Yeah, absolutely.
As a Christmas movie,
as a
Christmas.
Christening.
Mary
Christmas.
Chrysler.
yeah.
Merry Crisis.
Christ it up.
I'm sitting at like a 5.
Okay.
For a film?
You can
No,
feel it in
for
the low
Christmas.
voice.
Oh, okay.
For a film, a 2. I'm joking. Probably sitting like at a 9.1.
Ah,
Okay.
Yeah, as a film.
Would you call this maybe a New Year's film?
Sure. That's that. too.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, it's an end of the season film.
I'm still.
End of the year film.
This gives vibes of like those 80s movies of like last day of school going into summer type of deal. But
Nice.
this is like the
You know what kind of
opposite end
reminded me?
it.
It's kind of like a little bit out there. The Breakfast Club.
Sure.
It's not the
Absolutely.
same thing, but it's kind of,
No,
at the
yeah, like
end.
trapped in a
Definitely those
school,
vibes.
yeah, forming new bonds you never thought you'd have. A sassy black
Exactly.
woman.
The teacher, the principal kind of.
No, but
I
I
was-
think it's
yeah.
the performances that carry it. more than
For
anything.
sure. Absolutely.
100%.
I kept asking myself,
Why are you gay?
I always ask myself that. No, but I kept asking myself why an indie darling of this sort. Because I kind of gave up hope on indie darlings of this nature making it all the way to the Oscars. I kind of had given up hope about that. Because even Honora, it's big. It's a big picture, right? It's private planes
it's
in
kind of big
Vegas.
scale, yeah.
But this wasn't that. This was like grounded. And I kind of had given up hope for indie films like this. I thought I was going to make indie films like this for the rest of my life and never get any recognition from it, which was fine by me.
Yeah.
Like even the one we're gearing up for is very much in this vein of two dudes walking around a city and talking about music.
More like two dudes.
Look at each other's eager cock.
Bobby
But I'd given up hope for it, and then
this is why
wondered.
you can't meet my mother.
I wondered why it made it to the Oscars, and the only thing I could justify was the performances. Because even something like Juno won for Best Original Screenplay at the Oscars.
Rightfully so.
But that era is kind of over. I think this gives me hope for this type of film.
I don't think that the era for indie darlings and screenplays getting up there, like, I don't think that that's over, because I know that at the time this was being petitioned heavily for its screenplay, but then the controversy came up that apparently the screenplay, when they looked at it, it was almost identical to something that had been blacklisted.
Oh, whoa.
And do you remember that, right?
Alexander Payne did something really strange for this one. Very unconventional.
Inform us.
Okay, Alexander Payne got the idea of this film from a film about a professor. It's a very kind of similar plot line.
Right.
Not really like the kids get holdover for the winter, not like that, but it's an old film. It's like an old French film. Forget the name of the film. And he saw that and he's like, well, that'd be a cool idea to do this set in the private school, la da da. So he had read a pilot for TV, and it was about something like this: kid in a private school going through his woes.
It's a 1935 Marcel Pagnol film, Merluce.
Merluce.
90 years.
Merluce. So he saw Merluce and he was like, oh, dude, professor, in a kind of like a stand and deliver type of thing, right? Like Edward James almost. And like that's kind of the vein of this type of film.
Yeah,
so he's like, I'm not going to write this for some reason. He's a good writer. So I'm not going to write this. Gets the writer from a TV pilot that he had read years ago. And because it was about a boarding school and and he's like, I want that writer. And then that writer wrote, this was his first screenplay ever.
No way.
Not teleplay, it's screenplay.
Wow.
And he made it. I think he got nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah. It got nominated, but I heard something that there were parts that they said looked like an identical copy of a blacklisted script. Because, like, I guess, to catch everybody up to date, the blacklisted is like a list of scripts that are like...
A public list.
A public list of scripts that are basically like...
Never going to see
highly sought after. No.
Highly
okay,
they're,
okay.
they're the unproduced scripts. Scripts that are making the rounds and are getting a lot of buzz and interest from the industry,
that
but
does not
haven't
sound-
gotten produced.
Okay.
Yeah, so a lot of people will look at like scripts that are there, and then they'll go through bidding wars to try to see which one they can get made. But,
yeah.
And what a lot of people do is put their films on the blacklist, or their scripts, like agents, to stir the pot, to create buzz for the script so that studios can go after it.
Yeah, but
That's what the blacklist is essentially for.
apparently...
Sounds like the contrary of that.
After, and this is the weird thing, and it usually happens during campaigns, after this one got nominated for the Oscar and after it started getting some buzz and winning awards, then it came out that somebody said, hey, my script was on the blacklist, and there are parts in this movie that are copies from my script. And then they said like certain lines or
and
certain
since
things.
it's public.
And it's public. So yeah.
Oh, wow.
And
what a
I don't know what
controversy.
ended up coming of that, but I just know
I
that
think it
like,
just affected the campaign.
it
It was
just
one
affect-
article and it didn't really do anything, but it
but it was
affected the
enough
campaign.
where any chance, like I think this one was like really, really close to winning for screenplay. But then afterwards they just said like, nah, we're not going to do it.
The film was called Frisco. The script.
Frisco. Oh, I think I read
But
about
the
something
writer
like that.
Simon Stevenson, who wrote a film called Luca. Oh, he did Luca for Pixar.
And more importantly, Paddington.
Paddington 2.
Ah, there we go.
The best film ever made.
Yeah. That's the dude who accused Payne
Yeah,
of ripping it off.
But that all came out right after they got nominated and everything. So it was one of those that again, like it just damaged the campaign.
Yeah.
So at that point, like for a screenplay, it just wasn't going to get any more traction. But it was getting like some buzz at least. And I mean, as far as the screenplay goes, at the end of the day, wherever it comes from, I hope that everybody like, organically sorts their materials.
Yeah.
But I really like it. Like there's moments that I go back to and I mean, I love the dialogue, the way that it's able to touch on these personal moments with each character without being too heavy-handed. The way that we're constantly learning little bits about Paul Giamatti, and you see the same thing in Sideways, that through
Absolutely.
him talking about something else, you're kind of peering into like who he is as a person. And the same thing with that kid where, you know, they don't really just drop everything on you. They're not trying to like say like, this is my story, this is where I come from. It's always like, I'm trying to maintain my image, but in a very regal way, I want to like show that I'm opening up.
And kind of dangerously, Paul Giamatti could be dangerously confused for a character actor. And he does well in those spaces. But make no mistake, he's a leading man.
Yeah.
He's a leading man that knows how to flesh out these characters enough so that you get nuances of him as the film progresses. And that's both a directing thing and an acting thing. But
And also to like the teenager.
Yeah.
Usually like teenagers that act like, you know, the teenage part in the script, they usually overact the arrogance and all that stuff. I think this guy really does a good job at hiding it, kind of like.
Yeah.
masking it. He's masking
Masking
his
it.
insecurities with the arrogance.
And
Right.
you know what? I think that also comes from like the whole prep school, like kind of error. Like even though they're kids, at the end of the day, they're all kids.
Exactly.
They all go to a school where you wear these uniforms and you come from money. So and even if they come from like a scholarship or their parents paid for it, they all want to give off that they're this high society.
Very true.
And the way that they talk and everything, even like when, you know, he makes that joke at the diner where he's like, oh, the champagne of beers. It's like he just wants to sound like he's
More-
higher up, you know?
I think that's just a kid
Real
thing
quick,
in
just
general.
to
Nice.
throw it out so we can keep the conversation going. For a Christmas movie, I mean, I know I picked it for Christmas. I want to give it a 9.3. I just feel like it hits right where I want it to hit for the season, and that's why
Okay.
I'm going to keep coming back to it.
Yeah.
For cinema, I'm with Austin. I want to give it like a 9.1. I just was really impressed by the performances. I love the cinematography because it's replicating an era, and that's
Ooh,
the thing.
the
Like
70s style, yeah.
When you look at it,
That is true.
There is like. There's what are they called? Period piece films, right? Where it's like they're trying to replicate a certain era in the background and the texture, but in the visuals, everything beat for beat, shot for shot, all feels like if I told you yesterday, oh, this film was actually from like the early 80s, late 70s, you would have been like, oh yeah, I could believe you. And
I also don't think
fools
it
you.
mattered. I think it surpassed era.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's a pretty timeless film. I think it could have been taken place in any era and would have been fine.
I just think that because, you know what, I think it works well for the era it's trying to portray because
Yeah.
a lot of kids now and a lot of people now, you can easily like distract yourself with media and lose that kind of connection. And I think placing them in this era where it's kind of like, you can't hide behind anything.
Sure.
If you wanna hide behind something, even like Giamatti, like the way he practices escapism is he reads his adventure books.
Mystery
and
novels.
And then what happens is that when they want to watch TV, they all have to crowd around a little box and all that. And it's almost like the era is forcing them to have to bond together.
You know, you're right. I apologize for my saying it's okay, the cinematography. I really, really respect people that could nail that era
Yeah.
and that feeling.
And the thing is, I've seen a couple of different cinematographers. Recently, I watched what is it called, The Smashing Machine,
Right.
and that one for recreating that '90s style of like the tone and texture, even like everywhere that they go around, it feels like the '90s capturing of early MMA. You know, when it was the Pride League in Japan. And that's
Oh, yeah.
interesting. It's super impressive to see any cinematographer really dive into a style and say, I know what they were able to capture then, and that's what I want to capture. And I mean, they use modern tools to capture an old style, but in the color, in the what is it called, the fades, in the grain, that everything about it. And then also,
How
at
can
least
you
to
not
me,
like this podcast? That's
at least
that's gold.
To me as a
That's
cinematographer, there's also something that I feel like a lot of people don't get right, which is when I see people recreating the VHS style, right? The home video. There'll be moments where you can tell that it's not just the home video look, it's a skilled camera operator doing skilled movements.
Yeah, emulating.
I see it a lot in what is it called, the Fablemans. In the Fablemans, when he has these 8mm shots where
Oh, wow.
the
Yeah,
mom's
yeah.
dancing in the fire, but she's dancing for the other guy.
Spielberg.
You can tell that it goes from being a home video to a skilled cinematographer. And in this one, I feel like they also recognize the movement limitations of that era.
Sure.
They weren't able to do
Yeah,
these.
they weren't getting any fancy camera
Yeah,
tricks.
these
They
big
weren't-
cranes and all that kind of stuff. There's
Wow.
something very organic. I've noticed a couple
That's
of times.
also the limitation of
Yeah.
making a movie that bombed, and they didn't give them a ton of money to make this film.
That's true.
I'm sure.
Didn't get a big budget for it.
But little, I mean, intentional or non intentional, the little bumps, everything to me, it just it works so well, and it's a
agree.
style that I've loved. Like we talked about, Harold and Maude. I love that.
13 million.
Yeah,
Wow, that's kind of low.
It's really low.
very low.
And it grossed a little bit a lot. So
It did well.
I think because they really campaigned for it, and they really campaigned for
It got him
Giamatti.
out of movie jail for sure. It got him out of movie jail.
nice.
So I'm really
Well earned.
impressed with the way it came out. I love the dialogue. I love that indie texture. I love the way these actors played in their world. I mean, it's super impressive. Like
sure.
even all the kids that were there at the beginning, and then later on when you see that all of them leave, and it's just him with that one kid who was really just this fluke.
Park.
To get him because he came from the school. He was from that theater, right? At the school.
Yeah, so they basically
That's the
put
one
out
we were
a
talking about.
casting call, a wide casting call from people in that Massachusetts kind of area.
Right.
And he was in the drama school, and Paul Giamatti, the drama department rather, and
Yeah.
Paul Giamatti takes credit for Alexander Payne wasn't going to hire him, Dominic, because he didn't have acting in his resume. Like
Which one are we talking about?
The kid, Dominic Sessa.
Oh, the
Yeah.
no. Hold on. Let me see which one.
him, Sessa.
Oh,
Dominic
okay,
Sessa.
yeah. One.
He didn't have any credits to his name. So
Wow.
so Alexander Payne was like, nah, he's inexperienced, I don't want him. And Paul Giamatti was like, hey, wait, let's really take a look at this kid. He
He's
might have
good.
something. He's damn good to come from fucking theater, high school theater to the Holdovers.
What's
then
his
to-
upcoming?
Go toe to toe with Giamatti.
Exactly. Play with
Yo.
Paul Giamatti.
Tony.
So I applaud him for sure.
Oh man, I can't wait for his future.
Oh,
Yes.
he's gonna be Anthony Bourdain.
That's right. I read
the-
about this.
in the
Yes.
biopic.
the cook, the chef.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
Early Anthony Bourdain.
Oh, dude, I'm so fascinated with that guy's life.
Yeah. That kid, that's who this kid's going to play
Are they
next.
gonna show? I guess towards like the end of his career, or is it just supposed to?
No,
Well,
I think
he's-
to my
yeah,
knowledge,
it's too
it's
hard.
just to like the early days.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm really
It's great choice.
interested.
Great choice for sure.
Yeah.
I think
Wow, to get that type of role.
this kid definitely had something going for him.
Wow.
I felt the same way about this kid that I felt about Mike Feist after watching Spielberg's West Side Story. Got the same feeling when I saw Mike Feist. I was like, that motherfucker's gonna do some shit. Yeah. He's a damn good actor. So Dominic Sessa, for sure. I applaud the kid.
I know. I think just the fact that like
And
again,
they shot at his high school.
yeah. So I think that helped to show that he was just very natural in it, you know?
Yeah.
Because I mean, the whole time that they're moving through the space and they're really playing with it, you know, you could feel him just. It didn't feel like a set. It felt like they were just there.
They got
you know?
so lucky. One of the things this film boasts is like they didn't use any sound stages or build any sets. Every single place was a location.
No CGI.
no CGI. No
No
AI.
CGI, no AI,
Hell
no
yeah.
sound stages or sets built.
My man.
But, however, they got lucky. Like, as lucky as you can get in the production, they got lucky. They found a kid in the place they were scouting for
what
the
happens
film.
sometimes when
And
you're
then they were
working
like, this place is great. Let's shoot most of the film here. And Alexander Payne was like adamant about shooting in the snowstorm. They got a snowstorm. None of that is fabricated snow.
Magic, man.
Just like the luckiest luck you could possibly get for like most productions when you're shooting exteriors, you're fighting against the weather. In this scenario, they were like, they got lucky. They got what they wanted. Everything he wanted off the script. Yeah.
So that was an authentic throw into snow from Paul Giamatti.
Yeah.
Just hucking a football.
And then like Dominic Sessa says that like, for instance, when he went ice skating, it was hard for him because he used to play hockey.
Oh, so to like skate
to
bad.
fall. Yeah. And to
kinda act it
fall.
out, like-
It's like, that was the hardest thing he had to do for this film.
Can we talk a little bit about Paul Giamatti's character? Because I'm a little bit like, I still don't get 100% how his character came to be.
He is such a layered man.
No, I love it.
That's the thing. So the big kind of reveal is after he talks to that dude. I think after ice skating, right?
Yeah, when he tells the lie, I guess, so you can still seem like
College
he's...
roommate.
But what happened is that apparently, like, his college roommate like took credit for his paper, right?
Well, he said that he was... Yeah,
like he took
plagiarizing.
Yeah, he plagiarized them, but somehow it all got framed that he was he plagiarized, and then he was gonna be kicked out. But then his like friend said, "Hey, well, I'll get you a job at this school, and we don't have to like tell anybody." But he never got.
Well, sort of.
Yeah.
It's. They both were at Harvard. This kid had connections. And that's kind of what the whole film's about. This kid had connections at Harvard.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
The roommate had connections at
Oh, he
Harvard,
did mention
which is
that.
why he was like protected.
He had...
He had protected. His daddy's
and-
golfing buddies were going to protect him in this scandal.
And Paul Giamatti
Because
just
what
had no
probably
chance.
happened, and this is all contextual, what probably happened, he doesn't say this straight up, is Paul Giamatti's character reported him for stealing.
Mm-hmm.
He just says, he was stealing from me, but he didn't say, like, I went and I spoke to the dean. No, like, my guess is his character reported him. This kid has connections with the school. He got protected, flipped it and said, no, he's stealing from me.
And that's what I got from his character, because under like everything he says, do you think that's the part where he kind of regret?
I think he
reporting it.
No, I think he started understanding how the world works.
So why did I get the feeling that he had a little bit of regret?
It's not regret. I just feel like he's somebody who knows that.
He knows his lot in life against these cronies, these rich cronies.
That's
then
why.
Why would he lie?
What do you mean?
Well, why would he lie to the rich guy?
I love his line. I love his justification for that. He doesn't get to relish in my story. He doesn't deserve to relish in my story. It's my story. He doesn't get that satisfaction.
That's a little bit more.
Yeah.
That's
That's his principle. It's like, I'm not lying to protect my image. What image? A fucking aging, smelly old man who works at the school where he went to high school? No, what image is he protecting? He's protecting the fact that I don't want him going back to his rich cronies.
Right.
To tell the story of the poor kid that got kicked out of Harvard. Because remember, this is thematically what they're talking about. And I think even Dominic Sessa's character alludes to it a little bit too. They're talking about like the black kid, right? Mm-hmm. The son of the woman who, like, yes, he got a scholarship because his mom worked in the kitchen of, what was the name of the school? Barton. And then he didn't go to college because black kid can't afford college.
Yeah.
Right? That was a piece of the conversation. He got a scholarship to Barton. His family, his mom died. His dad is non-existent. Right. He didn't have money to go to Barton. He got a scholarship to Barton. Applied himself. Went to Harvard. Got kicked out. Went back to Barton because he went to school there. And the director, who he praises throughout the entire film, the director of the school, the director of Barton, who he says, like, he instilled values in me. And that's what the world was. You could shape a young mind back then. And Dr. whatever his name was, instilled those values in me. I went back to him and explained to him the situation, and he like took mercy on me and gave me a job.
Without a degree.
Under the table. That's why his student outshined him and became the director of the school.
Right.
Because he didn't have the degree to become the director of the school. He's more than qualified. But they paid him less. They gave him the adjunct professor title. That's not even a professor.
So where would you put the drinking?
I think that's a coping mechanism. I don't and he's only drinking whiskey.
Okay.
A distinguished, palatable, just like his pipe, He's still above common society, quote unquote.
Yeah.
But he's not trying to be show-offy about it. He respects literature, he respects history.
It's almost like in every part of his being, he's trying to show that he is more than what cards he's been handed. Like,
absolutely.
Even in the way he talks to people, like when the kid like is about to get his ass kicked over the pinball machine, he's like, "Gentlemen, maybe we can settle this. I will procure you some
and then
refreshment."
the chick's like, "He wants to buy you a beer."
Yeah, but everything he does is to kind of like show like, I got kicked out of my school. I never got my degree. I'm adjunct professor and all that. But he's like, no, but I am like. I've earned every bit of my prestige. You
Of
know?
my I wouldn't say prestige. I've earned every piece of my intelligence.
That's why when there was moments where he could have showed anger, he mostly shows disappointment.
Well, no,
That's why-
yes, disappointment from what his
But now it's
life
making
is.
sense, right? But that's why he won't show the anger, right?
Yeah.
Anger against the
Because-
dude.
Yeah, in any moment that he could have.
Well, you know what's funny is the liquor store scene. The liquor store scene where he's like, it's coming, it's like leaking out of him.
Yeah.
What does
I'm
he
assuming
say?
that's
He's
why-
like, no, I didn't get kicked out of Harvard for cheating. I got kicked out of Harvard for hitting him with my car.
he
But
shouldn't
he got
have
a
been on the road.
satisfaction of it. There's a satisfaction of like, he shit his pants. That's more indignified.
Right.
He shit his pants. Rich kid who's like high and mighty shit his pants. That's what he's like. That's what I got out of life. I get to go through life knowing that this kid shit his pants, and now he's the statistics professor at Harvard. Fuck him. He shit his pants when he was a kid, and I witnessed that, and he stole from me to get to the position of power he's in. But I want to take it back to that point of he earned every bit of his intelligence. He was probably already a smart kid. Why else would he get a scholarship
to
Barton?
Right.
He wasn't a rich kid. He was already a smart kid. He spends all his off time not watching TV and reading books. He made it to Harvard without money. Like, there's subtext to his character of saying, like,
He's a fascinating
I
character.
want to learn. I enjoy learning, and I value education, and I value it so much that I'm kind of just going to pass that on to the next generation.
Also, everything
but
in
pass on like principles that are getting lost in society. For him.
100%.
Because almost everything in his personality says that he's like almost encyclopedic in his knowledge.
Yeah.
Just that every little ounce of information that has ever existed came his way, and he can recite it like it's the back of his hand. And then like the reason he believes so much in history is because he says, I am able to maintain the values of old.
What does he say? He says, Doctor, whatever his mentor was, instilled these values. This is what a Barton man does. And now the world's on fire. The world has changed.
I'm saying anger because he kind of like refrained from it when he's chasing him through the gym, all the way to the
I
gym.
just think it's this weird mix of like at first there's like all the characters at the very beginning of the film kind of go through a woe is me kind of like situation where it's like, oh man, I got to sit here for Christmas, and oh man, I got to sit here with this stinky old man, and then they're like, oh, my son died and I can't enjoy this, and they're all kind of going through their own woes until they realize like they're struggling together, and they all have things that they all need to heal from. Like
I'll admit, upon rewatching this film, and I probably felt the same way the first screening, I felt like, boo-hoo, rich kids don't get to go home. I felt that way. Like, that's just where my immediate, what is it? The immediate, not negative, but
yeah, just like knee-jerk reaction to like
knee-jerk brain of like silly, like, how do I put it?
first world problems.
Yeah, first world problem. That's where immediately where am I like, oh, first world problems, these kids. And then immediately I went to like the Lil Dicky song, you know, where he's like proving himself on why he should be a rapper to Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
And he's like, Snoop Dogg's like, bro, like I was a gangbanger. I made it through a court case of murder. Like I became the gangster I say I am on my song. He's like, what are you rapping about? And he's like, I just had a different kind of trap. I went to school, college,
amazing.
marketing, realized I didn't really want that. Realized I love hip hop and I could be a hip hop artist. Let me show you my trap. Because the trap of going to college and going into a marketing shitty career, like that's a trap in and of itself, just like not being able to get out of the ghetto that you rap about. That's its own trap. So that's what I allude this to is like, that's their trap. Going to the crony rich school and becoming, you know, everything they kind of stand against, but they're used to it. That's what their normal is. But for somebody like Dominic Sessa's character, he's like, no, dude, there's real problems happening out there. My mom remarried a dude.
Exactly.
And 4 years ago, my dad was fine.
Okay.
Like, he's
and
going through
also-
his own issues, just like the Divine's character is going through her issues.
Also-
and Paul Giamatti is trying not to show you the cracks in his character. What do you mean? Barton's a great place. You guys are privileged to be here. Life is great. You're not going to know my problems.
I also feel
Yeah,
like
that
with
makes
Paul
sense.
Giamatti, because of the background we have on his character, he does have resentment towards these rich kids. The
Absolutely.
ones where life was handed on a silver spoon to all of them. But I think we're seeing those moments where instead of getting angry, he's getting disappointed because now
a little bit of regret.
I don't know.
I
what
wouldn't call it regret
Like,
either.
He's seen what he could have had.
I'm just saying with this kid, no, because I think he's already accepted the cards he's been handed.
I think you get a piece of that when he's talking to his former student, now the headmaster or whatever. There's a bottle of Remy Martin, a $10,000 bottle, by the way. At that time, like $1,300, but a $10,000 bottle of cognac.
Yeah, right at the
sitting on the it's a gift from the board. I think he gets those moments of like, but I wouldn't call him regret. I genuinely think Paul Giamatti's character is one of the first. Oddly, I don't know if his name's Paul too. Paul's character is one of the. It is.
Yeah.
Right?
What's the kid's character name?
It's
Angus.
one of the first
Angus.
characters in cinema who's not bullshitting you about his character. He's not putting up any kind of facade because he's earned he's earned the knowledge that he's kind of hiding behind. You know what I mean? It's not fake.
Okay.
And he doesn't pretend to be anything of a high class society other than through his dialogue. But even his dialogue is justified. It's just people don't talk that way anymore.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's
That's
no,
pretty cool. That's actually
he's not
a good
hiding
character.
behind anything. I think he's just one of the characters in cinema that just isn't bullshitting about anything.
I was just gonna say also, like,
the
disappointment kind of comes from the fact that he's gone from having resentment of all the kids equally. Like they're all just kind of like little spoiled assholes, as he refers to them.
And he's been here since he was 15.
Yeah, and he just feels like, these kids have life handed to them on silver spoon. Like, boo-hoo, you got to spend time with me. It doesn't make me happy to have you here. Like, you all suck anyway. And then he gets to know the kid. He gets to see his struggle. He also gets the moment of, there's this whole ideology that if you really want to heal and look at your enemies as people and not as people you hate, have a meal with them, because eating is one of the most human activities you can do. And it makes, like, it doesn't matter how powerful you are or how poor you are. When you eat together, you are both the same. And the whole idea that every day they're going through these meals together and they're constantly at the dinner table having these little dialogues that are trying to like make peace with each other and just keep each other at an even playing field. That's where I feel like when the kid's running off to go see his dad and getting in the taxi, he doesn't want to get angry. He's just like, hey, I'm starting to
trusting you.
Yeah, he's like, I'm starting to really care about you. Like, if you had just asked me, we could have done this, not because I wanted to, but because I don't see you as just this kid. Like, at first, he refers to everybody as like, oh, Mr. this and Mr. that. And it's kind of like this is how Barton men talk. We respect other men. And later on, he's saying Mr. I almost feel like as a, no, I look to you with genuine respect.
I think if he's hiding from anything, it's shame, right? I don't even think it's resentment. I think it's shame. And I think it's shame for he's assimilating. He's going with the herd so that they don't discover the fact that he didn't even graduate college, that he got kicked out of. A Barton student, that's like the worst thing that could happen, right? You could get a DWI arrest and be on the fucking cover of TMZ, but if you're rich, that's fine. But if you get kicked out of the prestigious school you're going to show off about later, that's the real shame. And I think in order for him to survive amongst the herd, it was important for him to assimilate and be like, it's fine. I'm not going to fight you about my salary, dude. I'm not going to fight you about my title because you're giving me a job when I should have this prestigious degree that you can show off of,
See, okay, now it's making sense why those two, connect.
Absolutely.
Where does the chemistry with the lunch lady, I guess?
She's one of them. She's one of him.
She lost a kid.
She's going through her grief, but let me put it to you this way. In the case of Paul,
I'm thinking like a
he's
writer.
a working stiff in this ecosystem. He's not part of the professor, you know what I mean? He's not part of the directors of the leadership of this academy. He's a working stiff.
But and her?
She's a working stiff.
I think
they come from the same breed of we're not rich. We are both here because of reasons that people usually don't get into these schools. We didn't come from money. We didn't come from prestige. I came because I got a job I got a job to work in the kitchen to put my kid through school, through this school specifically, and he came because he got a scholarship at 15.
And that's how they connect?
Yeah.
I also
They
think,
understand each other's language. They speak each other's language.
Because I felt that, like, obviously she was trying to be the motherly character or trying to push Paul Giamatti to be the father that he's kind of missing right now. But I don't know. I kind of miss that. Like,
I also
where does
feel
that
like
come in full circle?
well, all the characters at the beginning seem very, very distant from each other. But as the story goes on, it's this realization of like we're all the same. Like the fact that like,
But there's another layer to that I think we're missing here. I think, for instance, the director, right? The doctor, whatever his name is, the director of the school. Do you really think that guy would look at Divine's character and be like, "Oh, poor thing, her kid went to school here and couldn't afford to go to college, so he had to go get himself killed for this country just to get the GI Bill to go to college." He's not looking at that.
Yeah.
He looks at the lunch lady who's serving him his next meal.
yeah,
Paul sees her. Because the minute the other bullshit kid is complaining about, like, her kid died, but still, you're getting paid to do a fucking job. You should serve us well. And he fucking loses it.
Yeah.
Can you shut
Yeah.
the hell up? What's the matter with you? That lady's gone through hell.
I missed that. Yeah.
That's that. He sees her.
no, even
Oh, dude, how could I forget that? Okay.
and then the fact that like with the kid, he's amongst all the other kids, the little shits, and then at
He's
the very
assimilating.
Yeah,
Just
and-
like him. He's becoming part of the rich cronies, but he's undercover. He knows
Yeah.
he doesn't belong there.
Yeah.
Just like Paul's character. He knows he doesn't belong there. He got kicked out of Harvard.
That's good writing.
That's why, like, later on, it's such a powerful moment when Divine Joy and Dominic's character are sitting down outside while Paul's being talked to by the parents and all that.
Yeah.
And they're holding hands.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, in that moment, it's not, oh, the poor lunch lady and the rich kid. It's like two people going through a scary moment of possibly losing everything and her just saying,
That hits.
I'm here to comfort you, and him
yeah.
being like, I can't look at my parents right now for comfort. You're the closest I have. And, like, I feel like...
And instinctually, habitually, and instinctually, she knows what to do because she had a kid. She raised him for 20 years.
Yeah.
Boy.
She knew how to, even when they're at the party and she's drunk off her ass. What the hell's the matter with you? You don't tell a kid whose parents abandoned him.
Yeah.
Hey,
Right after,
dude,
like,
I don't want to deal with your shit, but here we are.
Because she, again, had a kid.
Motherly instinct. And
And that's why it's that whole thing of, like, she's trying to heal, but by dealing with other people's kids, but she can never deal with her own again.
damn.
That's
good writing. Good. Okay.
And I don't know, the more you watch the film and the more you see the dialogue, you see the little nuances and you see everybody's character and you see all the little layers.
Yeah.
And I also feel like the fact that even the little tip for tap that they have when they each talk about relationships, like this
Yeah.
kid Angus is always trying to get a girl and just in these weird situations trying to flirt.
and so is Paul.
And so is Paul, and they
And
both,
so is she. So is Divine with
Yeah.
the dude, the janitor.
but nobody can really hit the mark. But in a weird way, it's all like
A lack of intimacy, a lack of intimacy that they
lack
never
of
got.
humility.
Yeah.
I don't know about humility.
Well, at least for the kid.
Sure. Well, even Paul, right? Like it's the whole like, yeah, we. What do you say? Like I was dating a girl and we almost got married. We both came to our senses,
Yeah.
and it was him like saying like, no, I know.
like instead of saying like, it's the one that got away, it was like, nope, we both came to our senses and
rightfully
we thought,
so. I like being alone.
yeah, exactly.
Nobody
you
likes
know.
being alone, dude. Like it's, but he realizes that.
Yeah.
But I got a sense from Paul's character that from all three of them that they just lacked intimacy to begin with. His mom, the people who loved him the most, his dad wasn't around, and his mom died when he was very young.
So he could just got a
And
scholarship
he was an only
then he got
child.
sent away.
He was an only child. He didn't have anybody. She lost the most important people in her life, not just her son, but her husband 20 years before that. In a freak accident at work. And he was working. He was making an honest day's pay, and he died.
Yeah.
And then he lost his father, who he connected with. And that's kind of the saddest one of the three, I think, because he's still there. But he's not
slowly
there.
degrading.
But he's not there. But that's you know what sucks? And I realized it in this screening when the mom's bitching about he wants to come home. What do you mean? He remembered home? Like that was even more heartbreaking to me. That the kid was trying to reconnect with his father. And if he got a phone call to call the wife and be like, hey, I'm okay, I want to come home. that tells me he remembers his life outside of this place.
I don't remember her saying that he wanted to come home. I
Yeah,
thought
at
the very end,
they wanted to move.
No,
him.
that's what they were saying. They said that the big issue now is that they talk to him and he says, "Oh, I'm ready to come home now." Oh, and then he's like, "And obviously we can't do that." So now I
married
have
now.
to
When
take
he's-
him to a
because
different
kinda like
facility,
insinuating-
and now he used this stupid snow globe to try to like beat the crap out of like one of the nurses. But it shows you like that moment had an impact. And that's what they're all being all upset about, being like, no, if he was deteriorating and being like pushed away, like we could have easily forgotten about him. But now because of your stunt, now we have to go through thinking about him again and caring. And it's just like, it shows you. And I mean,
That part with the dad.
That's why-
What's more is she's probably using his money
yeah.
to take care of him,
Yeah.
rightfully so.
Yeah.
And she's bitching about it. Now I gotta move him and put him up somewhere else.
And that's why I love when Paul at the very end of the whole thing says like, well, what did you tell him in there? And it's like, well, I told him the truth and, you know, also some other things. And the truth portion really was...
Mostly.
No, but the truth portion
he
that
says.
Paul says, what parents leave their kids alone on Christmas? Like, even though he doesn't celebrate and he doesn't believe in it and he doesn't do the whole gift thing and that's why he's so
And then
awkward
he
the whole
did.
time, it's like... Everybody else got to go somewhere for Christmas. You guys wouldn't even pick up the phone. And I tried multiple times. And instead, you just left them here. And then I felt like a boy should not be alone for Christmas. So I took him to his father.
And if you go even deeper, Christmas, you can go into the whole lore of why it's commercialized and why it shouldn't matter.
Yeah,
and that's not
fuck
really
you.
Hell yeah.
But he's using that as a tactic, a mechanism, a defense mechanism as well. The real reason why he didn't celebrate Christmas was because he just never got close enough to anybody to celebrate with.
yeah.
So once he got close to her and him, to Angus and to Mary, he bought them gifts and he bought a Christmas tree.
And
Things
he-
he'd never
and-
do.
Not only that, I
Because
feel
he
like
does- yeah, he doesn't-
he gave him a gift of the most valuable thing he felt.
Yeah.
Like,
Marcus
even though it's kind of like,
Aurelius.
oh, great, I have to get a book. It's like
Meditations.
for him, he's like, that's the biggest thing I could give you. Is
That's
like,
my Quran, my
Yeah.
Bible, my...
yeah, like this is where I base my beliefs off of. Like, and that's really impactful. I felt like there's just so many moments in here where you can see all of them trying, but also all of them struggling
Well,
and
one-
then
one
going
of-
through healing. Yeah.
One of my favorite moments, and it's like, wow, man, great writing, and then also the acting had to be on point. When he goes to visit his dad at the hospital, and he actually thinks he's having a conversation. He actually thinks
He's getting through to
he's
him.
getting
Actually,
through to him.
I talked to Carlos about that, like during that moment, because to me
I
that's
thought
such
he
a-
was going to say, when I talk to Carlos, that's what happens is like, I think I'm getting through.
Yeah,
but
I
he's
say
not.
like, so anyway, I wrote the script and I have these characters. What do you think? They put something
They
in
put
my
something about putting
food.
stuff
No,
in my
but
food.
I really felt that scene. Like, I mean, I could only imagine seeing, a different version of my dad not being the
Being
same
there, yeah.
yeah, and then
Oh.
finally getting to see him. Maybe he's gotten
Well,
a
that's
little bit
what I-
better.
That's a
what I
good
was
question
asking,
for
yeah.
Castro, too.
Well, I asked Carlos this, but I'll ask you, like, as an actor, when it comes to the dad, what are the directions you give an actor for
You
a moment
need.
like that? Because
As the dad or as the kid?
as the
As the
dad,
dad.
because
Ooh,
the
I
kid,
don't-
I
let's
feel
see,
like
let
the
me see.
motivation's easy. I feel like the motivation's like you haven't seen your
Desperation.
dad in years. You finally get a chance to see him. It's
Desperate
this
to
once in a
connect, desperate to
lifetime.
make-
a little bit of
Yeah,
shining in your eyes.
Like you're
I'm getting
hoping
to
that
him.
maybe this is going to be the conversation that helps him snap out of it, and he's back to being dad and not just this guy you hear of being institutionalized. But the father, the way
Man,
he
that's a
played that
tough
part
one.
off, like it's these mix of emotions, because even when he's like, "Oh, sweetheart," and it's a weird kind of like, okay, you normally don't hear a father call their son sweetheart. It's kind of odd, and he's
but
kind
still
of
giving him
happy.
the "Hey, I know who
Yeah,
you are.
and there's
Or-
times
or
where
not.
even when he says like,
True.
"Oh, my grades are up," and then it cuts back to the father, and he's like, "I want to smile, but am I?" Like I have experiences, at least with people with like dementia, where they want to smile because you can still recognize facial expressions, so you can recognize happiness, but you don't understand what's going on. So it's that weird,
It's
lucid.
a social thing, right? I
Yeah.
think it's like, I'm going to be nice because that's my DNA program. That's my
Yeah,
evolutionary programming is
like
I
on
have
a-
to be nice to the stranger.
on a human
you're
level-
nice to
Right,
strangers.
right.
Yeah, on a human level, you still smile at people even if you don't understand them, because you're like trying to fiddle your way through that.
And you don't want them to feel bad. You're like,
Yeah, so you see that, but the dad's performance is interesting.
I'm
But
trying to think what would be the way to go upon, how do you say it? Like
how to execute.
approach
that
that, that angle.
I told Bilal that as a director, I would tell the actor to remember that he's not even in this room. He's not
But
having
you
a
would-
conversation with this kid. He's oblivious, completely oblivious. So you're talking to this kid, but your mind is completely
Mush.
it's completely mush. So you're thinking about what's important to you at that moment, right? You're thinking about, it's like remembering that you left the iron on at home. Somebody's telling you their whole life story, and you're like, "Fuck, the iron."
You
at
just
home
left the
is
house
on.
and then you finally remember, like, oh, did I?
And your mind's there. They could tell you the happiest story of their lives, and you're like, "My house might burn down today." Like I think that's the approach.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't have a good answer for this one. Maybe it's just one of those where you could tell him all this, but maybe just kind of like give him a little bit of a hint of what you understanding what he's saying, and then kind of like.
I think it's interesting,
that's the
though,
balance,
performance-wise, and I don't think a lot of people would look at that moment, and especially if you're not in film or you're not in acting, I don't think you would think much of it. But the fact that he's constantly making eye contact, but you're always playing lost. And, I feel like it's something where you could easily tell an actor, remember, you're in this place and you're still kind of lost, and then gaze off, and you do all these things that are too on the nose, but they're not executing the correct interpretation
sure.
of
There's no facial
absence.
expression,
Yeah.
no kind of
because you're aware of them being there, but you are absent to the situation, and that.
But maybe
mixture-
maybe at like a 2% of you kind of know what he's saying, but not
yeah.
It's-
But
it's-
they did the actor Andrew Garman.
No,
I've seen him in something.
no, that
Go
was the
down.
doctor. You're talking about Stephen Thorne.
Stephen Thorne.
Darn, I've seen him in something.
He did good.
He did really good.
That's a good question, man. That's a really good question because it's one scene with the dad. There's a
He
lot.
was in Don't Look Up.
I guess so. I don't remember him in that.
Mother.
What? Benjamin.
Yeah, definitely fascinating.
Yeah, that's a very memorable scene. It's just one of those that, man, it hits you home. Like I never want to see my parents to that degree.
Are you kidding me?
Exactly.
The Holdovers, ladies and gentlemen. What a picture. I'll go up to 9 comfortably. I was at an 8-9.
Heck yeah.
I was at an 8.5. I'll probably go for an 8.8.
Yeah, this is the type of film you want to explore. At least when you're
If you
being...
stayed this long and
Speaking of people
cried with us a
who,
little bit.
Speaking of people with trauma, I don't know.
no, I was gonna say
whoa,
people
no,
who
no,
were.
no.
Anyway, I don't want to make it sadder. I'm sorry. I was gonna get very sad very fast.
Next week, we talk about John McTiernan's Christmas classic.
Controversy if it's a Christmas film or not.
We
Die Hard.
on
Oh.
the Watchtower podcast. We are finally going to answer the age-old question: is Die Hard a Christmas film?
There's a Christmas tree right there.
It's
That
a
makes anybody feel good.
renounding, absolutely.
We're going to talk about Die Hard
Yeah.
next week, ladies and gentlemen.
Never
You
seen
can't miss this episode.
Me
Come on.
neither.
Come
Not
on.
entirely. I've seen the scenes where he climbs to the buildings. That's about it.
Or where he's in the
Same.
vent.
Yeah, in the vent. Yeah.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Yippee-ki-yay,
Hey,
motherfucker. And then we get to see Alan Rickman not play Snape. How cool. Next week, let us know what you think. Let us know your Christmas picks. Let us know if you've seen The Holdovers
Yes.
or if you intend to, but please go watch. It's a terrific film. And if you can sprinkle in some more of Alexander Payne's filmography, you won't regret it. He's
Nice.
a terrific filmmaker for sure.
Sideways.
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 Which we need to talk about on this podcast. I think I put Sideways in my indie darlings.
So we will
for next year.
talk about it.
But next week, Die Hard, and then we'll tie the pretty little bow of this year cinematically with When Harry Met Sally, a staple for New Year's.
Pretty fun.
Definitely a lot of fun. I love that film.
I'll have what he's had.
Absolutely. Thank you for tuning into the Watch Our Film podcast. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Woo, love you guys.
Quick, everybody give your impersonation of acting lost, but not too lost. 2%.